This is City. From the broadcast center in Medicine Hat, in high definition, this is Chat News.
I'm Ryan Flaherty in Bow Island, where a tragic accident at a train crossing has left the entire community shaken. I'll have that story.
The kickoff to summer.
Man, it's crazy, but I love it.
Getting an inside look at one of this city's biggest festivals.
The Medicine Hat Mavericks were looking to start the season off with a win tonight in Lethbridge. We'll tell you how the Mavericks did coming up in sports.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. We begin tonight with the town of Bow Island reeling after a tragic accident that's claimed the life of a teenage girl. Police are saying she was crossing a set of railway tracks this morning while listening to music. The train's engineer blasting his horn to no avail. Now, as Ryan Flaherty reports, a community is left to wonder what could have been done to prevent such a tragedy.
It was about 9:15 this morning when a typical Friday in Bow Island quickly became anything but.
We received a call of a pedestrian struck on the train tracks at Center Street in Bow Island.
According to police, an 18-year-old girl was walking north along the sidewalk. She had earphones on and was reading a book as she walked. By all accounts, she appeared not to notice the oncoming train.
Whistle was going on the train. The lights were blinking and the bell was ringing at the crossing. There was somebody at the intersection in a vehicle that was also honking their horn to try to get the attention of the female.
News of the accident spread quickly through this town of about 2,000, with virtually everyone having some kind of connection to the victim.
Everybody knows everybody, and the people I've talked to, they've been upset. The loss of a young person is hard on any community. So this was, very tragic loss for Bow Island.
We work together, we play together, we socialize together. There's always some connections, and this is going to hit everyone hard.
The mayor says in addition to offering support to the girl's family in the days ahead, there's another group who should be in the community's thoughts as well.
We're also really thinking about the train crew. Terrible situation for them, a terrible experience.
Meanwhile, investigators continue to comb the area near the crossing, looking for more insight into just how this could have happened. And in a cruel twist to this tragedy, Bow Island was actually in line to have a barrier installed at this crossing. However, the mayor says he was told by CP Rail that due to budget cuts, that barrier was no longer coming because there had not been any fatalities here. Ryan Flaherty, Chat News.
Police are now asking for the public's help in tracking down two suspects alleged to have sexually assaulted a woman back on the 5th of May. Police say the 24-year-old woman accepted a ride from the two men in the parking lot of a local bar. She was sexually assaulted in the vehicle, then dropped off at the Husky truck stop at around 5 a.m. Police have now released composite sketches of the two men. The driver is being described as a Hispanic male, 25 to 35 years old, with a round face and black spiky hair. The male passenger is said to have a British accent, also ranging in age from 25 to 35 years old. He stands around 5 feet 8 inches tall with a stocky build, slim face, and short brownish blonde hair. The men were driving an older model four-door vehicle that's described as being darker in color. Anyone with information is asked to contact police. Meanwhile, another man is also facing charges after police say several young males were also sexually assaulted, some of the victims having developmental disabilities. Police are saying that 63-year-old Fernand Gagnon offered the males money, alcohol, or prescription drugs in exchange for sex. Gagnon is facing several charges, including sexual contact with a child. Investigators are saying they're concerned there may be even more victims. They're looking for the public's help, asking anyone with more information on Gagnon or anyone else that may have been sexually assaulted to come forward.
It's very disturbing that those who are most vulnerable in our community could be victimized in this way, and so we're asking for the community's assistance in this. Gagnon
will remain in custody until his next court appearance on June the 4th. The alert drug team making arrests in connection to the trafficking of cocaine, this time in Brooks. 5 people have been charged after 10 grams of crack cocaine and just over $8,000 in cash were seized from a residence. 4 of the accused are from Calgary, while the 5th is a resident of Brooks. They're facing charges of trafficking cocaine, possession for the purpose of trafficking, and the possession of proceeds of crime. All 5 are currently being held in police custody until they've had their bail hearings. Police are asking for the public's help tonight in tracking down a missing Calgary woman, and they're saying her last known location was here in Medicine Hat. 25-year-old Janet Chen left her southeast Calgary home around 10:30 Wednesday morning, and she hasn't been heard from since. She was supposed to meet her family at a specific time and place, but she never showed up. Police do know that Chen was in Medicine Hat at some point. Chen is being described as Asian, standing about 5 feet inches tall. She weighs around 100 pounds and has brown hair and brown eyes. Investigators believe she's driving a 1992 light brown Mazda minivan with the Alberta plate PZM 577. Anyone with information is asked to call police. Here now are the results from this week's web poll question. We wanted to know, what social media site do you use the most? And surprisingly, almost 60% of voters saying they don't use social media at all, while 28% say they prefer Facebook and 11% voting for Twitter. We'll have a new web poll question for you beginning on Monday. More than 1,000 people rallied today against the province's decision to cut $42 million from programs with those with developmental disabilities. Protesters gathered at the Alberta Legislature in Edmonton, as well as outside of Premier Ellison Redford's office in Calgary. Chanting "Stop the cuts," the protesters holding up pictures of their loved one in need of support. For her part, Redford is calling this a transition period, saying she's confident her government will work hard to make sure people get the services they need. Plans for Canada's most controversial pipeline hitting a major roadblock today. The government of British Columbia rejecting the Northern Gateway pipeline, citing environmental concerns. Enbridge wants to send bitumen from Alberta's oil sands to BC's north coast so it can be exported to China. But after more than a year of hearings, BC's government telling a federal review panel today it cannot support the project. Premier Christy Clark says that though Enbridge has promised to deal with any oil spills, it has presented little evidence as to how it will respond. However, the project is not completely dead, as the federal government has final approval on whether the pipeline will be built. Local reaction to the decision today was swift. The MLA for Cypress Medicine Hat saying the premiers of BC and Alberta both share in the blame. Drew Barnes saying it's time to move forward.
I'm disappointed in the BC government. 50% of British Columbia's natural gas gets pipelined across Alberta, so it seems to be fair play to give us access to market. And then meantime, let's explore all options to get our gas to markets, whether it's up through the north to the northern seas, or it's through Alaska to the Pacific that way, or even I think the Kinder Morgan route through Vancouver.
Financial Markets brought to you by TD Waterhouse, wealth of experience.
One of Medicine Hat's biggest festivals kicked off earlier tonight. Spectrum is into its 23rd year here in the Gas City. Yvonne Raymond was in downtown Medicine Hat this afternoon just as the festival was getting underway.
Old antique cars are rolling into the Hat, getting ready to line a block of the city's downtown. This Ford Model T is from the Dusty Wheels Garage, just one of the displays for Spectrum. The annual Kickstart to Summer Festival is in setup mode. What's your day like today?
Man, it's crazy, but I love it.
The 3-day event launches tonight, with 20,000 Hatters expected to make their way downtown this weekend for shopping, music, and family activities. Plus, there's a new perk for your pooch.
We have a canine watering hole in Battis Park, so you can bring your dog down, have a rest, give him some water.
The only glitch off the bat, a few drivers not adhering to barricade signs.
Well, it happens. You know, it happens. You can't, you got to deal with it, I guess.
Other than that, stages were clicking into place by 10 a.m. Across the street from Riverside Veterans Memorial Park, concession stands were also getting organized.
It's going to be huge to set all the equipment up and get ready and that sort of thing.
Dee Matthews expects to go through hundreds of bags of cotton candy over the coming days. She's with a group that bought the machines to help raise money for childhood causes, in this case, the hospital's cancer wing.
Over the course of the summer, we raised around $10,000 for the hospital.
And Spectrum contributes to about how much on it?
About a fifth of it, about $2,000.
And with just a few hours to go, Matthews looks forward to her favorite part.
Watching the kids' faces. Like they just have so much fun and seeing parents interact with their kids and stuff, and that's what it's all about, is these kids.
Yvonne Raymond, Chat News.
An 18-year-old is walking across Canada in an attempt to try and help find a cure for cancer. And today, he made a stop in Medicine Hat. Braden Erickson from Salmon Arm left Horseshoe Bay in West Vancouver on March the 23rd. He's hoping to raise just over $300,000 in his cross-Canada Cure Walk. Erickson is averaging 30 kilometers per day and hopes to be in Nova Scotia by October. He says the sore feet and aching muscles are all worth it.
It started with an idea, really. Just, I wanted to help out a friend who's diagnosed with leukemia, and I thought, well, what can I do to help them and, do something memorable?
To donate to the cause, you can go online to Braden's webpage for the Cross Canada Cure Walk. Please do stay tuned. Coming up after the break, I'll have your weekend weather forecast, plus Braden's in with a look at sports.
Brought to you by Lotto 649. The next jackpot is $3.5 million.
You've never seen anything like the new $200 million Supreme Instant Scratch Ticket. It has $200 million in total prizes, including 12 top prizes of $2 million, making this the largest amount of prizes and one of the biggest top prizes we've ever offered on an instant ticket in Canada. And it can be won instantly. It's our most exciting ticket yet. So visit your lottery retailer and get your $200 million Supreme Instant Scratch Ticket today.
The works. There's more to it than oil in a filter.
When choosing a hose, the choice is clear. With the exclusive ClearFlow Garden Hose, the unique flat hose design is self-draining, durable, compact and ultralight, flexible and kink-resistant. It even works at -10 degrees. Stores in your boat or RV. It's drinking water safe too. The ClearFlow Hose, available only at Home Hardware and Building Center locations. Homeowners helping homeowners with expert advice.
At Tim Hortons, giving back is important to us. That's why in 2005, we created the Coffee Partnership Program, which has helped over 3,000 small-scale farmers grow better coffee, improving their communities and helping them live a better life. We're proud to introduce Tim Hortons Partnership Coffee, a select blend where $1 from every bag sold goes to help farmers grow better coffee.
KFC presents Eat Like a Pro. Fuel up with new KFC filler subs. 9-inch subs loaded with seasoned chicken with fresh toppings. Man 1, ordinary subs 0. So good.
Your exclusive AccuWeather forecast. Weekdays at noon, 5:30, 6:30, and 11.
Welcome back. Before we get to the AccuWeather forecast for our area this weekend, word out of Oklahoma City late tonight that another large tornado has hit that area. Now, Oklahoma State troopers confirming 1 woman and a child have been killed. There's no catastrophic damage that's been reported like the EF5 tornado that killed 25 people in the same area in the town of Moore last week. The National Weather Service confirming another extremely dangerous tornado also touching down near St. Louis tonight. All right, let's get to our weather and the almanac. Today's temperatures haven't moved. We did get a high of up to 20 degrees, that coming at 3 o'clock this afternoon. Our low, 11 degrees, that at 7 in the morning. You can see sun rose this morning at 5:19, sun set at 9:22, and right now is 13 degrees in Medicine Hat under some cloudy skies. Taking a look around the province, 13 degrees gets us, well, tied with Bow Island. You can see Edmonton and Drumheller both at 16, Calgary, Lethbridge, and Brooks all at 12 degrees. Clouds throughout most of the province of Alberta right now. Over into Saskatchewan, on average, a little bit warmer. You can see Leader doing quite well at 18 degrees under some clouds. Swift Current at 12 degrees, bringing up the rear. Taking a look at the next 48 hours, well, finally, this low pressure system is starting to break just a little bit. What that's going to mean for us tomorrow is a mix of sun and clouds. There is a possibility we could see some thunderstorms on Sunday, but for the most part, we're looking like fairly nice weather tomorrow after quite a bit of rain. Taking a look around the region right now, Brooks, your overnight low, 7 degrees and cloudy. Tomorrow, your daytime high is going to be up to 20 degrees and a mix of sun and clouds. Leader, your overnight low, 8 degrees. You do see a 60% chance of showers. Tomorrow, you're going to get up to 21, and again, sun and clouds for you in Leader. Maple Creek all the way down to 5 degrees, mostly cloudy overnight. Tomorrow, a daytime high of 20 degrees, and again, mostly sunny periods there. And Medicine Hat, our overnight low is down to 8 degrees, mostly cloudy. Tomorrow, a daytime high of 20 degrees, and a pretty nice day for Spectrum. So not a bad idea to get out and check out the festival. You can see Saturday sunny, Sunday there is a chance of a thunderstorm, as well as some rain on Monday. But good news, Tuesday back into the 20s. Look at that, Thursday, 30 degrees. All right, stay tuned. Coming up after the break, Braden's in with a look at sports.
Don't miss Hometown Theatre Company's presentation of Les Miserables, showing at the Esplanade June 6th through 9th and 18th through 23rd. Visit tix.ca and get your tickets today.
We set out to demonstrate GMC Sierra's professional-grade engineering by pulling it in 4 opposing directions using heavy-duty dockyard winches and solid steel chains. Sierra's hydroformed steel frame held firm time and time again. When your truck's built to a higher standard, that's professional grade. Now during the Miles Plus event, earn up to 1,000 Air Miles reward miles with the purchase or lease of a new 2013 GMC Sierra. Plus get up to $9,500 in cash credits.
Why should you buy a mattress? We don't mark up a $999 mattress to $2,800 only to put it on sale a week later for $999. You can sleep at night if you buy a mattress from us knowing that you never paid too much. We're the mattress stores that save you money.
The Warriors Matching Mothers program has been wonderful for us because Chloe was born without her right arm.
Chloe and her family, they're going through these experiences that are new to them, and we've already been through it because Robin was born missing an arm. They can call us at any time. We'll be there.
It's really comforting to see how well Robin's doing.
Matching Mothers makes us realize just how lucky we are to have the Warriors behind us.
Summertime is playtime. And Tim Hortons Ice Cap is ready to play with Chill to Win. Just peel the tab and enter your PIN at chilltowin.com for your chance at hourly prizes, $1,000 daily, or even a grand prize of a $10,000 MasterCard prepaid card. Buy an Ice Cap now and play at chilltowin.com. Summer's here, so drink it in.
Canada, abundant in natural resources, breathtaking national parks, and majestic shorelines. We're protecting the environment with new fines for companies that break the law, returning developed land to its natural state, increasing pipeline inspections by 50%, requiring double hulls for tankers, responsible resource development, preserving our heritage now and for future generations. A message from the Government of Canada.
There's a fresh new way to eat at McDonald's. Introducing the new Signature McWrap, a soft, whole wheat tortilla wrapped around crisp, fresh veggies and 100% seasoned chicken breast. Try a new Signature McWrap today.
Welcome back, everyone. The Medicine Hat Mavericks kicking off this season tonight on the road in Lethbridge against the Bulls. The Mavs looking to start off the 2013 campaign on a positive note. And that's exactly what they did this evening. They take this ballgame 5-0. So So the Mavs 1-0 on the season. Joel Lutz had a 2-run shot in the top of the 9th inning to add some extra insurance. He was 3 for 5 with 2 RBIs. Ryan Custodio in 7 innings and fanned 10 batters. The Mavs will be right back in action tomorrow night at home when they welcome the Edmonton Prospects to town. It's a 7:05 p.m. start from Athletic Park. Get out there and support the Mavs. Should be a great matchup. Staying on the diamond, the 2013 High School Baseball Provincial Championships getting underway today right here in the Gas City. All 3 Medicine Hat teams taking to the field with their opening contests against teams from out west. This morning's tournament opener saw the Eagle Butte Talons hook up with the Chinook Coyotes at AP. The back-and-forth contest came down to the wire with Chinook holding on in the bottom of the 7th to record the 12-9 victory. McCoy and LCI then met up for the day's second game. The Colts were in control from the start to finish. They take it 18-0 in 5 innings. Tonight, Hat High losing to Raymond 14-9, so McCoy will battle Raymond in one of these semifinals. Meantime, it was Catholic Central 6, Winston Churchill 4. That sets up a Catholic Central Chinook semifinal. Those semifinals starting tomorrow morning at 9:30. The Tier 1 provincial final goes at 3 from Jeffries Park. In American Legion baseball action this weekend, both Medicine Hat clubs are on the field. The AA Moose Monarchs hosting the Lethbridge Elks on Sunday. It's a 2 p.m. start from Athletic Park, and the Single A Knights are on the road in Havre Sunday playing a doubleheader with the North Stars. To hockey now, Medicine Hat Tiger prospects in the Gas City this weekend for an orientation camp at the Family Leisure Center. The players will be pushed to the limit as they take part in some intense on-ice and off-ice sessions. In total, 33 prospects will be trying to impress the Bengals organization.
It's our first opportunity to introduce ourselves, get to know the players that were just drafted. It's also an opportunity for those players to meet, some of their future teammates. The 96 have been through this process a few times. They know that this is their year. This is an opportunity coming up in the fall for them to finally become Tigers. So it's just a real good weekend. We try to make it enjoyable. It's an orientation camp. We want people to understand what we're all about. We want to answer any questions that they may have. Most importantly, we want people to get excited about the prospect of becoming a Tiger.
Meanwhile, tonight the Tigers announcing that they endorse the event center plans. I should also mention that Hockey Alberta announced the coaching staff for the Western Canada U16 Challenge Cup. Tigers goalie coach JF Martel will be helping out Team Alberta. Meantime, both Medicine Hat Sun Devil Junior B lacrosse teams are back in action this weekend. The Tier 3s return home on Saturday before both squads hit the floor at the Kinplex on Sunday for an afternoon doubleheader. The Tier 3 Sun Devils come into the weekend in first place at 6-2 overall, while the senior club remains perfect so far with their 6-0 record. Head coach Ed Scripps says the team's attention to detail at both ends of the floor has been a big key to their success.
We do have a lot of players that can put the ball in net. We've got a veteran team. We got 7 veterans on the team. We've been working on our defensive part of our game also. We gave up 13 goals first game of the year, and that's one of our goals now is to tighten up there. We're always working on our specialty teams like penalty kill. That's something we can always improve on or just keep polished up. And the power play, we'll ramp up with a few different plays. Once the other teams figure out what our power plays are, and then we'll change the color or the codes and everything else that we need to do to be effective on our power play.
The Tier 3s play at 7:30 on Saturday night against the Crow's Nest Pass Ravens. Those two clubs will then hook up at 1 on Sunday, followed by the Tier 2's only weekend game against the Calgary Rockies at 3:30. Sticking with the Tier 3 club, netminder Kayla Gendron-Guest has been selected as one of the goalies that will be competing for Team Alberta's Junior Female Provincial Club. The Medicine Hat product has been busy balancing life with both the Sun Devils and Team Alberta, which will travel to Halifax at the end of July for the 2013 Junior Female National Championships. Ty Hudick has the story.
Sun Devils goalie Kayla Gendron-Guest traveled to Calgary earlier this month to try out for Team Alberta. Over 40 athletes came out, with just 20 making the cut, including Gendron-Guest, who was the only representative from Southern Alberta to crack the roster.
I was surprised, but I'm really glad at the same time. I was, out of all the girls there, I was the only one that played with boys. There was about 46 girls that tried out, and I was the only one who played with boys.
Gendron-Guest has also been busy adjusting to life in her first year of Junior B lacrosse. The transition hasn't been easy, but Tier 3 coach Doug Dalton says she's been picking it up quickly.
We haven't had a female goalie for a long time, and she stepped up and she's playing well, and we're trying to give her the skills she needs to be successful at junior.
It's definitely different in junior level. The nets are bigger, so you have a lot of angles to worry about, and shots are harder. Definitely, I never leave practice without bruises, honestly. But no, I've always liked it. I've always liked going up against this challenge of being the only girl.
Competing in a predominantly male sport is a challenge Gendron-Guest has embraced with open arms, but it's also one that she admits has provided some difficulties.
You're always climbing up a hill that seems to always get steeper and steeper, especially when I started junior. I'm the first girl goalie, from what they understand, in the division to ever play, and the first girl in Medicine Hat ever to play. So you get a lot of support from parents, but sometimes the opponents aren't very nice to you about it.
Despite those critics on the other side of the rink, both Gendron-Guest and Dalton know that her teammates are always there to have her back in the game and after the whistle.
Yeah, absolutely. She's blending in, and they look after her if there's an issue, so we're okay there.
I feel like some days I'm like the little baby of the team, where if anyone touches me, it's like the end of the world.
Ty Udick, Chat Sports.
Gendron-Guest and the rest of Team Alberta will continue practicing each week leading up to Nationals, with sessions going in Olds, Calgary, and Red Deer. Players are required to raise a portion of their own funds for the trip. If you or your company are interested in helping out, you can contact the Medicine Hat Lacrosse Association or call Lisa Gendron at 581-0003. And that is all for sports tonight.
Thank you, sir. Nice job.
You're welcome. Thank you.
I am fired up for the Mavericks season. Joel Lutz picking up tonight where he left off last season. Do you think he watches? Do you think he's busy on Sunday night?
I hope he's not busy, because we could use him for our season opener of softball in Redcliffe.
You sure could. Call us, Joel. That's all the time we have for tonight's show. Have a nice weekend. We'll see you back here on Monday night.
Good night.
Spa services and makeup provided by Merle Norman Cosmetics.